It is Italy. And it's the Reverse Grid Championship. And I'm recording this directly after Istanbul. So if it decides to be completely bonkers again, Montero's winning this race. That's a very bold prediction for if the game decides to be bonkers. But when I did this race off camera, Webber got into first, and the two Super Gurus were second and third at the time, and Webber pulled something like a 10-second gap, and then Montero, in a very short space of time, closed that down, passed Webber, then continued to battle him, and won. So that's a thing that may happen. Another thing to note, the four Red Bull cars are all next to each other. They're all next to each other. Apparently they're the same car. Partly. Are they the same car in 2006? A little bit different. They're a bit different. They're not too much different. I realise this is not helping anything, just going backwards and forwards looking at Lutz and Klein, but they're a little bit different. They're not exactly the same, but they're pretty much the same, to be honest. Okay, Alonso, Fisichella, 13th and 14th. Not a great qualifying session for Renault. Let's leave it at that. And get into the race. There's Trulli. That is Trulli. Let's flick all the way over to the lights aren't working. Just gonna point that out. Anyway, we are off here in Italy for 11 laps. And it looks to be a very good start from Yamamoto, as Sato weaving about behind in second place. Yamamoto was the rear gunner last time out for... Oh, wow. Okay, then. Well, then. Webber's not messing about. It's completely dead. But Webber is not messing about at all, is he? Is he going to go up the inside? No, if he went up the inside then and took first place, that would be something special. But he hasn't done that. A little bit of grass being kicked up further behind. As Lutz is the man in 5th place. Montero 4th again, as that is a Red Bull going out wide onto the gravel. Surprise, surprise, it is Christian Klein. That's just not a surprise, to be honest. It's just not. But anyway, Yamamoto is battling with Mark Webber into Ascari. And Yamamoto comes out on top for now. But Webber is going to get back into the slipstream of the Super Guri with a much superior car in a straight line, in the corners, everywhere basically. And Webber is going to go up the inside into Parabolica, is he? Yes, he is. The side-by-side into the braking zone, and Webber nice and controlled on the inside, on the apex, and then squeezes out Webber on the exit of Parabolica. And Webber is up into first place as Yamamoto is going to try to slot into the slipstream. That's not. I don't think it's going to work. No, it is. It is going to work. Yamamoto trying to look at the inside into turn 1. And he doesn't get the braking right, and he is still in second place for now. And Webber can now pull away and try win this race. But Lutz is up into 4th place, as that's a Renault not too far behind. That is Alonso, 11th place for him. He's looking around the outside of Albers, that's not worked. Up the inside into the chicane, maybe. He pulls out the slipstream, down the inside. No, he doesn't work, he backs out of it.
Rosberg 7th, and 8th is Speed.
Coulthard running out a little bit wide, and that is Alonso firing off into the gravel trap. His Fisichella is up into 15th place, and that could actually help. Oh! Okay then. We're going to see that from a different angle. Pretty certain there was contact between Barrichello and Massa. Okay, so I'm going to go from here. I'm going to point out that Barrichello and Massa were fighting very aggressively throughout the last lap. Very aggressively, in fact. Almost, well, as aggressively as that bit there between Fisichella and Barrichello. obviously Alonso's going to ping out wide, come back on the track along with the McLaren, and Fisichella, fantastic driving from him. And okay, just runs out wide and gets on the curb and flings him round. So that's unfortunate for Barrichello.
It wasn't as bad as it could have been, but
yeah, the two Brazilians were very aggressively fighting each other on the last lap before that. As it's all kicking off there, there's Rosberg. Montero's down to 6th place as Coulthard is through into 5th, and no, Rosberg is up into 6th place. And what about further behind here? That's Speed and Trulli also trying to get past Montero. And Speed is going to look to do that into turn 1. He's in the slipstream now. Is he going to have to go around the outside? Yeah, he's going to do it. Oh, no, he doesn't slot his car there. And Trulli slots it up the inside into 8th place. As oh, engine failure! I was just about to point out that Webber hasn't really pulled away. And then a big plume of smoke came out the back of Yamamoto's car, and he is out of this race. A feeling that I'm sure Yamamoto. It is Yamamoto. What am I talking about? That's a feeling that I'm sure De La Rosa can sympathise with. Of course, last race he was up in 4th place, I believe, battling for a podium, and
his race is over today.
Retired to an engine failure.
Villeneuve was caught up in that as well.
Schumacher just took himself out, I think.
But his front wing has taken a hit. He should be able to continue after he pits for a new nose.
What are you doing, Schumacher? Let's have a look at a replay of this. What are you doing? Schumacher's gone mad! Okay, I'll go from here again. Schumacher's just got past Albers, and I'm guessing he's going to have a look at the 2 Red Bull cars in front of him. That's Klein ahead of him there. Let's make it through as we passed Yamamoto. And he's very close through the first Lesmo, and into the second one. He tries around the outside, a brave move, and the curb spins him round, and that is Kubica that went into the back of Albers, and then Schumacher reverses into the barrier, and he is out of the race too. So this is making up for last round. But Alonso versus Massa here. This is technically a battle, an important one at that, because Alonso, the teammate of Championship runner, that's the word, Fisichella. Alonso's going to have a look at getting back past Massa,
Lap 4 of this Grand Prix.
whilst the two of them close in on Fisichella, and that is Button. Alonso back up the inside, and Alonso is through into 15th place, back ahead of Felipe Massa.
He's moved up from 6th. Coulthard is in 5th place. Trulli's 6th. Montero 7th. And 8th is Speed.
Ooh, Liuzzi up into 2nd place. Can he close in on Webber? That's something we're going to have to keep an eye on as the race progresses. I could have sworn Klein was with Speed. I could have sworn he was. Oh, Alonso and Massa doing battle once again as Button is back up ahead of Fisichella. So Raikkonen is having a look at Christian Klein up the inside, and the two McLarens calmly making their way through the field together as Speed is up into 7th place. But can he defend from Montero?
That last lap was a 1:24.75. That's markedly faster than Coulthard. He's been lapping around the high 125s, low 126s.
I got my hopes up then. I thought he was about to say quicker than Webber.
Let's see who the top 8 drivers are.
If he'd said that, I would have. I don't know what I would have done, to be honest, because that would be an interesting one.
Coulthard 4th. He's up from
and that said Coulthard in 3rd in the graphic at the top left. So Sato's repassed Coulthard. And Montero's repassed Speed. However, Klein has not repassed Raikkonen. So the two McLarens will continue to make their way through the field together, slipstreaming each other. Fisichella is back up ahead of Jenson Button, and Massa's dropped back now from Alonso. Is he closing in? He might be, to be honest. He looks a little bit closer. As they're wanting to go 3 wide into Parabolica. Go for it, but it's not going to end well, to be honest. As Coulthard's looking whatever way he can at getting
the situation
past
is calling out.
Sato. He's through already.
And Liuzzi certainly knows how to deliver. That last lap was a 1:24.49. The gap between him and Liuzzi continues to grow. The gap has now grown to 1.8 seconds.
That doesn't make any sense!
At the halfway mark,
Liuzzi is performing well.
Liuzzi is in second place.
He's continuing to pull the gap to Liuzzi.
Trulli fifth.
What?
That's a gain of 1 place. Sixth is
Coulthard's
He's
up into third, definitely in third now. Sato now having to worry about Jarno Trulli and Nico Rosberg as the two McLarens continue to make their way through the field, and it's Kimi Räikkönen now ahead in the two of them as he's up into 7th place, and Speed and Montero both defending from De La Rosa, who runs out a little bit wide. He's looking not to get spun around by the curb, as a couple of drivers have, including 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher. The Speed is looking up the inside into Ascari, and contact between the two. But Speed doesn't make his way through there. That's going to allow De La Rosa to slipstream Speed into Parabolica. But what about Klein and Fisichella? There's nothing able to be done there.
Excellent driving, and Liuzzi certainly knows how to deliver. He's just posted a lap time of 1:23.
Oh wow, he's definitely closed in.
The gap between him and Liuzzi
Go on, Liuzzi!
continues to grow. The gap is now up to half a second.
What? Okay, so James Allen is having a fit, but we'll gloss over that one because Liuzzi is now battling with Mark Webber for first place. I made the bold prediction of if it decided to be bonkers, it would be Montero doing this, but instead is Vitantonio Liuzzi in the Toro Rosso. And well, Liuzzi's Italian, Toro Rosso's Italian. It might not be an all spectacular weekend for Ferrari, but the Tifosi still have something to cheer about in the form of Liuzzi here for Toro Rosso as he slipstreams Webber into Ascari. And he's going to follow him through 3 corners and slipstream him down into Parabolica. Can he make a move maybe into the final corner? Oh, look at the straight line speed. The V10 engine really giving that Toro Rosso some straight line speed. It is limited, but still got more power seemingly. As Liuzzi up the inside, and he's through into first place. And now Webber will slipstream Liuzzi.
Coulthard is going hell for leather.
Webber will go up the inside into Tomo. He's through already.
1:22.58.
As Liuzzi, very aggressive on the brakes by Liuzzi.
No 1:26s.
And now Coulthard is joining in. Coulthard wants a piece of the action.
This race, Webber leads. Liuzzi is in second place. Third is Coulthard. Fourth is Trulli. Rosberg is fifth.
Coulthard really wants a piece of the action. Liuzzi taking it a little bit cautious in through that second chicane.
Seventh is Sato.
I don't want him to drop off the back of Webber. I want him to keep on the back of Mark Webber if he can, but he's having to start defending from David Coulthard. He's dropped back a little bit from Mark Webber, but he's now got a straight and he can unleash that V10 power of the Cosworth engine. And Coulthard can't do anything in a straight line against Liuzzi. But a slipstream from Webber, and Coulthard is just nowhere in a straight line compared to the Toro Rosso. Up the inside, but it doesn't work. He backs out of it. And this is allowing Webber a little bit of breathing room. Not something I want, to be honest.
There are precious few laps left in this race, and Räikkönen is shortening the gap. The
three of them are going to be very close together into the first chicane.
Oh!
What's just happened?
2.5 seconds.
What?
Raikkonen was strong through the final part of the lap. The gap has
What?
been cut to 2.2 seconds.
What has just happened? A little bit early from
Truly responds by going faster through the previous
from
the gap has
Weber,
increased to
and that's
3.5
lost him
seconds.
first and second place. As Massa looking to try to get past Scott Speed, he's going to want to do it quickly because Giancarlo Fisichella, never mind, as Fisichella runs wide trying to get past Massa. And Alonso is the man now in 11th place. But what? Weber very early braking into turn 1. And it means Liuzzi stays in second and Coulthard jumps up to
Raikkonen
first.
has started to pick up the pace again now. He's not willing to let this gap get any
sure.
bigger. The gap is now down to under 4 seconds.
Can Liuzzi close it into Coulthard? We've seen it before in this season. Toro Rosso beating Red Bull for a brief moment in time, to be honest. It was only brief, but... No! 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 Liuzzi's retired!
Again made up some ground. He was clearly
Liuzzi's
quick in
out!
that last sector. He looks as if he's trying to prove a point. That's reduced the gap by 4 tenths.
Liuzzi's out!
Lap 10. First is
How's Scott
Coulthard.
Speed doing?
He's
His
up
defenders
for
from Montero into turn 1 as he moves up to 7th place, but Liuzzi's out!
That's a gain of 1 place.
He could have
Liuzzi
won!
is in 5th place.
My throat
Truly
is
responds
completely
by going
dead.
faster through the previous sector. The gap is now a tenth off 3 seconds. The pressure seems to have gotten to Raikkonen. When the gauntlet was laid down, Truly picked it up and effectively tossed it away. Great driving under pressure there.
That's an interesting piece of news, that the fact that saying the Iceman couldn't take the pressure of battling, well, chasing down an inferior car in the form of a Toyota. But Liuzzi's out! And Speed. No, he doesn't get up the inside of Sato. Ooh, very aggressive from Alonso.
It's the final lap of the Grand Prix for race leader Coulthard. Weber follows him in second.
That's a better lap for Barrichello and an improvement on his previous best time. He's just posted a lap time of 1:23.
Aggressive from Massa, and that nearly lost out
It's a fair bit faster than Alonso.
to Della Rosa,
In the mid
which would have helped Fisichella, but unfortunately Fisichella's now in 13th. Fisichella's looking to slipstream Alonso past Montero, maybe? No, he hasn't. As Della Rosa actually had a go at Massa into turn 1. As Button is up into 6th place ahead of Takuma Sato. And Weber closing in on David Coulthard. The battle for first is not over yet, as Weber gets very close as to go into Ascari. Keep it calm, Weber. Keep it calm. Slipstream him down into Parabolica. Follow him through. Slipstream him down the main straight. And you could get the race victory here. Or is he going to go up the inside into Parabolica? Yes, he is. Mark Webber up the inside into the final corner. And he's going to try to squeeze out David Coulthard as they run down the main straight. The first start-finish line where it usually is. That's not the main. That's not the. Coulthard's taking it back.
Crosses the line and earns a well-deserved 10 points. Second spot will go
David
to Weber.
Coulthard comes across the line in the Red Bull to win the Italian Grand Prix. Mark Webber got it on the final corner, but Coulthard got a better run off and a better run down to the start-finish line, and he took first place back. So Webber gets second place. Trulli gets third. Fourth place for Raikkonen. Rosberg comes home in 5th place. It's 6th place for Jenson Button. Massa gets back on point scoring form. 7th place for him. Scott Speed takes on a point though for Toro Rosso, so it's not all completely gone for Toro Rosso in this race.
We've seen these V8 cars at full stretch here today, heading down the main straight and into the first chicane, and I can tell you, Anyone who said that the V8s would be somehow slow compared with the V10s will quickly withdraw that comment. These are mightily impressive cars, and I think this season is just getting better and better. We must now sadly take an extended break due to the cancellation of the Belgian Grand Prix earlier this year. Join us again in October when we travel east to Shanghai, followed by Japan.
We won't take an extended break on here.
See you then.
But what has just happened in this race? What has just happened? Both Schumachers out! Both Schumachers. Of course, we saw Schumacher reverse into a barrier and take himself out, but that's beside the point. Let's move on to the championship tables now.
Taking a look at the championship standings then, and Felipe Massa doesn't quite have that comfortable lead he once had. I'm just gonna say now, I don't know why the things like the silver and the bronze isn't working properly for the drivers. They're all in the exact same way as Felipe Massa's, which is working fine. So words, and the constructors ones are working fine as well. Anyway, so Rosberg is now on 42 points, just 6 behind Felipe Massa. He did have a comfortable lead, doesn't quite have that now. Coulthard moves up into the top 3 on 39 points, Fisichella drops down to 4th, and Button moves back into the top 5 on 37, equal with Fisichella. A bunch of people dropping down: Sato, Schumacher, Barrichello and Liuzzi. Of course, Liuzzi getting an engine failure, I believe. So he could have done well in this race. He could have been right up there battling for the championship, but he's not. It's just so unlucky for him and Toro Rosso. But Trulli moves up into the top 10 on 28 points. Raikkonen goes into 11th place. Mark Webber, of course, moving up as well. He goes into 17th place, ahead of both Midlands, back ahead of Alonso, as he moves on to 18 points. One behind Scott Speed, who got a point here today. Looking at the constructors and Ferrari, they have 2 more points than the last round. I miscalculated in the last one, I believe, because I don't... no, I'm talking rubbish. Ignore me. Ignore me on that one. But I had a feeling Massa didn't score any points for some reason. I don't know why. He'd have been on 46 if he hadn't. Super Guri stay on the same amount of points. Honda also. Do they stay on the same amount of points? Go up. They go up slightly, just marginally. They were on 65, I believe. Williams move into the 60s now, as they move up ahead of Toro Rosso and into 4th place, just 8 points behind Honda, so they're looking for a top 3 spot, potentially. Red Bull are just 2 points behind Williams as they move into the top 5, and Toyota move on to 52 points. So Toro Rosso getting an extra point, but they still drop down 3 places. Renault move back down to 8th place. Yeah, Renault and McLaren really haven't been doing well, and another couple of teams that haven't been doing well is Midlands and BMW Sauber. That should actually say Spiker MF1 now. I will update it for the next one. Yeah. This is coming out a day late, so I'm going to be quiet now and leave you with the fact that the next one is China. Yes, China, and then Japan, and then Brazil, and then we're done for the reverse grid series. But of course, this and China, and then it's The Walking Dead Season 2, and then after The Walking Dead Season 2, it is Japan and Brazil, and then I'll do something else. Maybe FIFA. Maybe something. I've got an idea for a way to have like a season 2 of the reverse grid series. It would be slightly complicated, slightly. But then I'd also want to start like doing things that didn't happen in real life, like drivers moving to different teams that they didn't in real life and things like that. So yeah, that's the thing. As I said, it is China, the next one after this. Wet again, so another wet race. Having a couple of those here towards the end of the season. But all you're going to have to do is watch the next race.